It's on Glacier. Theatre, bookmarks, load up. Come on. There we go. We're in, boys. We're in. Okay. Okay, we good. Alright, I'm gonna be a prick real quick and yeah, post my link in the GC server because I'm just a dick. Analysis of GCE versus Remnant War raid. For any of you people that actually give a fuck, if there's any questions you want me to look at when we're talking about shit, put it in the chat. I've got the chat right up next to me. We'll probably I think we take the base in like literally the first 5 to 10 minutes, but it's how we take it that is important. And I think it's something that a lot of people need to start doing, otherwise they're going to keep getting fucking destroyed by PG people, because no joke, like what they did was dog shit. And those guys are good. Like those guys are really good fucking raiders as well. Okay, so this. We'll move on to first thing we'll look at. I'll go at the 5-minute mark roughly. We'll look at their setup and why I don't particularly like it. Okay, and then we'll watch it from third person, right? So I'll give you the rundown of the base as well. So I'll wait till the 5-minute ticks, and boom, boom. So this is the base, right? You can see there's the base. You have a jump up here, and you can probably get in the base like there if I remember. Front door here, front door here and here. Then you've got climb up here to get you up to this part, and this gets on the front wall. Then you got the rest of the front wall. Armories in here. Then you've got these 2 levels here, right? And then within it, they've got their sniper up top, a guy here, and then the rest of the guys are sporadic on the front wall. Okay, remember this setup, because we're gonna try and compare this setup that they've got to the GC setup later. And there's some significant changes in the setup. That means we can hold this fucking easily and hold it for the entirety of the raid, and they lose it in the first 5 minutes, right? But initially, they got GL here as well, then the guy here. Okay, so we'll go play from there. Right. We'll watch some Oreo's POV to begin with. But we'll keep changing here and there. So you see, we're kind of split 4 and 4, pushing both ways, just feeling out the base, seeing what we can get. Because most of us didn't. Normally, when PG go into war raid, we'll look at the map first. But we didn't for this one. So we're just starting to feel out the map a little bit. So you got forwards kind of pushed up here. I need to be a bit quicker there, thinking about it. Still, so you've got shots putting down. Right, let's pause and get a better angle here. So, important player. I needed to be a lot quicker here. There's going to be a hold up here. Whatever, no, it's not about me. Right? So, first thing I want you to know, right? How easy it was for us to get to the front wall. Like, real fucking quick. None of us died until we got to the front wall. Snapshot just died. Right? Because they're team shooting from just their positions. They're not looking around, actively looking for kills. So we go up to these front walls. Boom. It's taken us a minute, and literally less than 90 seconds in the raid. No, it's taken us literally a minute, at 6 minutes. We got 4 people on the front walls, and we got it free of fucking charge. Right? Because these guys, there's no teamwork. This guy's holding his position on his own here. This guy's vibing here. This guy's just vibing here, and then this guy's just vibing here. There's no crossfire, there's no teamwork, there's no two people shooting at anything in the target, anything like that. You've got 2 people or 3 people in the back here not really doing anything either. Other than sniper, you can allow that to happen, that's fine. Then you've got 2 people here not doing anything. Right? So it's a mix of, they've got 3 of the 8 people in the back wall not doing fuck all, and then the 5 people in the front wall acting just completely as individuals. Okay? You won't see that when PG are doing it. I'll show you the difference. So just keep this in mind, and we'll go and we'll go compare it later. So we get onto this front wall here. This guy's on the entrance here. So we're threatening all the entrances, right? Quick pause. We've got a guy up here, and then we got a guy pushing this entrance on this entrance. Less than a minute in, right? We're already pushing on all their entrances. And I think only like a couple of kills have gone down. Now, Remnant fuck up here by in a second by shooting to go passive. So we try to push this entrance. They do pretty well, but this is exactly what we want, right? There's like a couple of people that went down due to team shots. Oreo died here because he peeked over. Let's go watch that again. Let's go watch and just see how they died. Okay, so let's just watch the deaths so you guys know, because I know they instantly went down. And it was quick. Oreo, sit on. See that? Team shot. Instantly. Right? This guy, not going to live either. This guy is about to die, I believe, unless he gets away with it. Maybe, I think. Did he die? Yeah, this guy eventually will get killed. Right? You got 2 guys fighting here and here. Craven about to do the jump up on the wall. For 3, and he kills this kid. Yeah. Boom. And then there's a guy on the right side that should die in a second. Boom. See. So you saw this guy die here. This guy die here. This guy die here. Right? So all the front wall kids got picked off one by one by one. Right? The reason why is because this guy overpeaked and died with just a good team shot. Nothing much you can do. This guy's on his own with fuck all help. I noticed that. This guy's on his own getting fucking blitzed, and no one's supporting his jump up, no one's got his back here, allowing Craven to walk up here, and he would have been killed as he'd not been shot beforehand. This guy has got to deal with not only an enemy on his teammate's jump up, he's also got to deal with the 2 people here. So you see how, like, when PG are attacking, 1, we get to the walls fucking quick, but 2, when we get picks, we don't just get a pick and it's like, oh shit, we got to kill, what the fuck do we do now? We push that entrance at the holding. We got the pick we got 2 kills on that mid jump up. We've got a guy in that mid jump up. Right? We pushed these guys back. So you see how, like, we're not, what are we in? We're a minute 20 in the raid. A minute 20 in the raid. And look at how far back they're already pushed. Simply because we got 2 kills on a major jump up and just hit the fuck out of it, being aggressive. Right? And that's the thing. Our raids now is about fucking punching holes in the basic setup and fucking pushing. Right? So we'll just keep going now. So that's how we entered this position. Right? And Remnant, fuck up. This is what Remnant still need to fucking should never do. Right? We'll keep it going a little bit more. So you see how, like, we've got guys now pushing on all these entrances now. Right? There's getting tons of people up to the base, and something's going to give. Right? If you do what Remnant are doing here and sitting all the way back with 3 people, one guy playing the fuck out of his life playing scared here, one guy playing the fuck out of his life playing scared here, since you're so much on the back foot, and we're pushing every single entrance, there's going to be a gap that comes eventually. Whether or not you miss an entrance, whether you miss a jump up, whether someone gets the first couple of shots on the kid here or there, there's too many holes in your defense for you to sit back and chill your setup. So what Remnant need to do here is not sit back with 3 people and play for scared. They just need to pick a fight and go push it. Like, having 3 people here is dog shit in this situation. It just completely fucks you. And these people haven't really done anything for the entire minute 20. Sniper's barely got any kills at minute 20 into the raid, and these guys are just staring at an empty courtyard. You don't need 2 people staring at an empty courtyard, plus a third here because this guy's kind of doing it as well. So Remnant's setup is it's just bad because there's no damage output on through Remnant setup because they're all the way backed up. They got to pick here, so this is good for them. But we're still pressing all these entrances. We probably should play this a little bit quicker, thinking about it. But even we were taken aback to how good we started. Some pushing up the jump ups here and here. This guy's vibing. For example, right? This guy's straight up in a one-on-one, right? Why not this guy just drag his teammate, who he knows is here, because he was here for the entire raid, why not say, hey, come here, let's go kill this kid, and go 2v1? Just because you're on the defensive, and just because you're in a base setup, doesn't mean you can't proactively get kills just because you're on the defensive. If you know where they are, and you know they're isolated, and you know they're isolated because you'll see if there's any people behind them supporting him with team shots, etc., etc. If you know he's weak and isolated and alone, grab a homie and fucking push him. You, in a quick play game, in an arena game, you would do that. Right? So it's the same thing in Raid. This guy should be fucking laying on the aggression here and getting a teammate support. Remember that. Because when when Ziffy plays this spot, you'll see how he plays it. Right? So, and that's one of the main takeaways from this, is how aggressive PD are in attack and in defense. This is how passive Remnant are. Right? So now these guys, all four of these guys are all chilled back. And this guy's vibing here. Snipers forced us to keep sniping internal, he's just vibing. I will probably skip ahead. I think nothing really happened for the next minute. See, this guy took the aggression and takes that fight. But as if he was there for like 2 minutes and Devin could have made a better play. Right? So we're just vibing here. Yeah, these guys should push out. Like, these 3 guys still barely doing anything. Like, these guys need to fucking push out and start holding the base. You don't need 2 or 3 people internal. They've given up this jump up, right? So because they're playing so far back here, and since they're playing so fucking scared here, and kind of here in a way, but he's pushed up a little bit, you've given away one of the major jump ups into the base. And watch these two. I think these is Craven and Snap. They're about to go fucking off, right? If it is these two, right? They're up. I think it is these two, if I remember rightly. Maybe it's another time. Maybe it's a bit later on. Can't quite remember. But we take the space because these 2 people here, whether it's now or it's in a minute or so, just fucking make all the plays in the world. Let's skip ahead. Skip ahead for a little bit. They're still just holding 3 at the back. These 3 people have still barely done anything. The sniper's done stuff here and there. But these other 3 people, these infantry, you got next to the sniper, barely done anything. We're chilling here, but this doesn't come to anything here. Still far back. And the point of being far back is here. When we're attacking, from a GCE perspective, when we're just attacking, we've got free reign to run up all this shit. You're giving us so much, like, space for us to run at the base. Right? So, like, let me get a little bit higher. So when you're playing this passive, you're allowing people from GCE time to make plays and space to make plays. 2 people push the courtyard and they get 1 kill, but otherwise should just die. Fine. That's fine for us, right? You just saw 2 people push through the courtyard, they ended up dying, but we took 1 with us. That's worthwhile for us now. Because now, 3 of them are back there doing fuck all. This guy's doing fuck all. This is wide the fuck open. Wide open. And you'll see in a second. I think it should be now. It's either now. Guy gets back in. That's me. Yeah, this is me. I remember this. This is me. And the guy gets back in. Let's keep going. Keep going. Okay, so let's look. Remnant got a few people back in now. But you'll see the same thing happen again. Right? So on that attack, got there real quick. But we kind of individual fights didn't go away. Got them down to like 4 in the base. And all those 4 playing passive as fuck. They recovered because they get a couple of people back. Right? But note, right, the reason that they're able to do that, not because they made a sick play in the base, not because they defended it well, because the spawn is saved. Right? When they lose the base, the same thing happens, but the spawn is still saved. We'll keep going. Keep going. Vehicle push, shit like that. I thought it was a lot. I thought we did the base a lot quicker than this. Apparently not. Is it this? Oh yeah, this is it. Okay, boom. Right. So look at this setup now. Pushed up. This guy's on his own. The front wall. Look, cut the base in half. Just cut the base in half, right? All these fuckers chilled back as fuck. This guy's on his own. Look at it from the attacking point of view. We have fucking free reign to go all on these front walls. If you give good players this much time and this much space to make plays in your base or on your jump ups or on your walls, you will get caught out eventually. Like, this setup from Remnant is so fucking passive, and it's going to bite him in the arse. Like, these two people are now able to get here. This guy's got nowhere to fucking go, because he's about to get the team shot the fuck. So, boom. See how the base now, pause it here before we go to, watch these two. These two predominantly. If this is the one we take. See how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people have just made it to Remnant's wall, barely taking any damage. If you do that against anyone on a base like this, if you do that on most bases, you will eventually lose because they will just make a play. So these two people, again, just poor communication because these guys should just turn likewise. Right? But this guy dies, this guy stays alive, and these two people are just pointing on this jump up. Look at this jump up. They keep coming up it, keep dealing damage, and then when it's not, when it's a bit dangerous for them, when it's a bit not ideal for them, they'll just back the fuck out. See these two here, you got a guy pushing in here, making him move around, making him play. These guys are doing shit here, throwing nades, trying to get kills, dealing damage. We're pushing in. Now the setup's all over the fucking place. All over the fucking place in about 20 seconds flat. You got 2 fucking homies pushing up here. And they just ran through the front because I'm one of these people. 2 people coming up here and 2 people running up here. There's nothing necessarily major about what GCE did. Since Remnant are playing passive as fuck and all on their back walls like we shown you, they allowed PG members to get all up in your sit on your entrances and front walls. And the second one of us got a break, which is these two when they killed this kid and this kid. When we killed 2 people, everyone just flew. That's all it was. There was no setup in the communication. There was no breaking master plan. Everyone got up. Second we got our first 2 kills, we all flew. And now, we're in a situation where we'll play. Now it's really fucking hard. This guy's taking a fight. This guy gets away with it. This guy should have died. Now we're all up in your armories and shit. Now we have your railgun. These 2 people are just vibing on this jump up, jumping in and out whenever they feel like it. This guy gets killed. But look what's happening now. Now it's fucking shit show. We've got a sniper. You just saw a sniper shot. We've got this guy fighting. Chaos. These guys internal. This guy. There's chaos all over the place. This guy gets the kill here. And this guy follows up. This guy stays alive here. Big stop staying alive. And look at that. Boom. Straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we did everything we just did. Everything we just gone through. A little bit of chaos ensues. We come out top with the power weapons because we get an armory and we have sniper and we have railgun. Now it's just these 2 up top. There's you see how how kind of easy it was for the PG to do that. There wasn't any master fucking plan. We just used what Remnant gave us because they always had 2 or 3 people here. Right? And this back wall is important because this back wall basically determines how you set up. So you'll see the difference when PG is setting up. So we're pushing up top, taking these fights, do get 2v1'd. I'll unban you in a second, Dave. And this guy dies here. And with that, base taken. There is some chaos going on here. Sure, but 1, this guy's weak and already been caught out. This guy's about to die anyway. But yeah, taking this top level on a base like this basically means base is taken. Because from here, you can see, you can oversee everything. Right? So these guys are going to die. Takes with him. Takes this 1v1 fight. Died. Sniper's down. Friendlies are in. Boom. And everyone just won. Clean fucking take. So to recap. So we know some of the... And I know I've said this a couple of times. But I'm just going to... But this is important. So to recap how we took that base. Remnant played passive as fuck. Like ultra fucking passive. So, how do I unban Dave? Unban. Yeah, unban. You should be unbanned, Dave. So, Remnant playing passive as fuck, overcommitting people on these walls here, with 3 or 4 of them, right? Playing passive as fuck all on these front walls here. And all that happened is, since you're playing passive as fuck on these walls, you've got no damage output from the guys in the field running at your base. So they allowed 5 to 6 PG guys to go from all over your fucking entrances and jump ups. And all it took was 2 kills to go our way from a little bit of a scramble. Everyone's flying in and we win the chaos. And then we take the most important top level. Right? So the reason why they lost that in Remnant, because predominantly 2 fucking passive in their setup. Way too fucking passive. We'll see the difference when PG gets set up. I'm going to skip ahead a fair bit so we can... Not that far, dickhead. Fuck that up. We're going to... I'll go to... when we're in our setup, properly, so not the scramble bit. When we're properly in our setup, Welsh Craven unbanned. I unbanned him before he even said a word, because I didn't trust him. So I'll go to where our setup isn't full, and then we compare our setup to theirs. When this fucking loads up. So, guys, is there any questions about why Remnant lost that fucking raid? Lost that base? Is there anything unclear about why Remnant lost that? In terms of, like, from a big picture point of view. Come on. Why did Shut up, Dave. See, this is why I ban you. I've already gone through that. Watch the VOD. Right. That was, by the way, that was 13 minutes. We took that base in under 10 minutes. Which is what you'd expect if you only give GCE that much fucking respect on the front walls. So we'll go to like the 16-minute mark. But that's roughly when we're going to be in our setup. And I'll know because that's when I'll be in my setup. Roughly. Positive. We're starting to get in our setup. This is all just fighting, shit like that. Okay, where am I? Not quite there. There we go. Do one more. Boom, setup. Setup time. We've got 2 at spawn. Okay, and yeah, snaps of us. So, our setup compared to theirs. 1, only got 2 people on this back wall. Right? Sniping, obviously, but I think at some point Snap goes to the front wall to snipe for better angles. So there was points in time in this raid where we just had me on this back wall. So it's hot. So, you know, when I did you a 50-50 view where I would side on here, and I went there, and we've seen 6 people from Remnant to 1 person there. There were points in this raid where I was the only one on this side of the base compared to Remnant, right? So let's go through each of the guys. You've got Snap. Sniping, not particularly good map for sniper based on what it is. You've got me. So you see how, since my main job in the PG right now is just watching internal. And when it comes to watching internal, that's why I end up going like 23 and 10 with like 1k damage, right? You only need 1 person watching internal on this base. So looking from where I am, right? I can see the front gate, fine. I can help this guy here when we jump up on the right side here. Boom. I can look to my left and watch these 2 entrances and sneaking in people here. And then if they go up to this front wall jump up, with just 1 person, I can hold them behind this pillar. So they're kind of forced behind this pillar, but they get shot at. So 1 person, just from the positioning, can do what it took Remnant 3 people to do in their setup. Because remember, in Remnant setup, they had 2 people up here, they had 1 person here, and then like 1 person like here watching internal as well, right? So in our setup, 1 person did all that. In their setup, took 4. So what would you do with those extra people? Now that you don't need them here watching internal, doing that shit, you bang them on the front walls. And what happens when you bang them on the front walls? You don't give them that jump up for free. You don't let them walk in those entrances for free, right? So when you come to holding internal, yes, you've got to hold it, and yes, it's important that you hold it, but you need to hold it correctly with as minimal resources as possible. Because if you hold internal like they did, but it takes way too many fucking people, then this happens, and the enemy just gets all up in your shit We did it with 1, and everyone else just flies at the front wall. So we're going to watch it for a little bit, since they're all at spawn. Zippy's holding this left side, Craven's here supporting him. You got Positive there in the middle, and then you got Dark Rider holding right. Right? Ziffy stays on this left pretty much for most of the raid. I stay up here all the rest of the raid. Snapshot bounces between here and the front wall, and Dark Rider stays here for the most of the raid. Right? Everyone else pretty much kind of floats around and does whatever, and goes wherever it needs to be. Right? Those are the 4 major spots in our setup. There's 4 crucial spots that needs to be held. One of them is internal, and I always hold that spot. And then on the front wall is kind of spread about. Right? But for the most part, 90% of the time from now on in our base, in this raid, those 4 spots I've identified will always be manned. And everyone else goes wherever the fuck they want. So you see, we're flying out. You just saw that. Let's go back a tiny bit. So you see, this guy is about to get flown at by Joey. We're going to, with Positive, with a GL, getting it flown at. No one point did Remnant fly at us here. Right? This guy over here kind of gets pushed. He's going to get fucking flown at when people get to our front walls. So, like, see how aggressive GCE are when it comes to taking fights on the actual entrances themselves. Joey's fucking flying at this kid, trying to get him, because he knows he's on his own. This guy has fuck all help. He now has help, so now Joey plays it differently. But he thought this guy was on his own, went for the kill. These two, here in the 2v2, playing together, they're going to be looking for this kill, jumping on the walls, looking. They get punished for it, but now we've learned and adapted it. Now we've got a situation where this guy is waiting for it, and these two are waiting. So this guy's going to get fucking mounted. Should do. Yeah, get shit on. Right? Joey's flying out to take this fight again, because he feels like he's on his own. See this guy here, as if he's going to try to take him on again. This guy helps him out as well. See? Dies here. This guy's up next. He's going to be on our front walls. He's going to get fourth. He's going to get fucking flown at. Dies again. This guy, if he stays there, Joey's probably on his way to come kill him. One guy on our right side here. He's getting 2v1'd. I'm looking over at one point as well. Sit on. Die. Jumping on the front walls. Right? Front foot on the defensive. Hunting kills. Just because you're on the defense and you've got to hold doesn't mean you just sit back and chill. Right, as a team. We've just seen about 4 to 5 kills there where we're fighting them here. On the fucking walls. On the fucking front doors. Whereas when they were defending, they gave all this shit up. And we were able to make a play from there. But see the difference? And then we get friendlies back in. And again, in our setup now, same 4. 1 here, holding the right side. I'm vibing up top. Snap's gonna get weapons and armory. Ziffy's about to go on this right side. Right? So the main 4 areas of the base are still being held. You see 2 people on this right side taking the aggression. You see Dark Rider here, you've just seen it. Joey's taking fights and he's fighting. Homie helps him out. So it's like on the same page, just pushing the envelope against these guys, constantly looking to fight them, right? And when everyone's on the same page on that team, then it only takes one of us to not do that and to do the other half of the job and just vibe here. And it's my job to just chill here. I have view of the entire fucking base. So if any sneak-ins coming on, if they jump over here, I can help Ryder out, shit like that. Right? Everyone is looking for shit to kill. And they're looking for shit to kill together on the front foot being aggressive. And then I'm doing the other half of the job. That's why we get so many more kills and output so much more damage than any other team. Now, that's not something we've planned or talked about. That's just by having a group of people that know how each other play and just know that we're just going to fucking full send at you whenever we can. Bit of confidence, bit of ego. And you literally seen Joey, the last 5 minutes, go from one end of the wall to the other with GL, looking for fucking kills. We didn't see any of this from the Remnant point of view. Remnant stuck to the same spots and died in the same spots they were holding for the raid. And if they weren't doing that, they were backing the fuck up. So you see how we're able to defend a lot better. There's a lot more simply now. now that we're on the front foot, and how much nicer it is for us. And again, these guys can just keep looking for kills, keep fighting, keep vibing. But if anything falls through these cracks here that these guys leave, I'm there to mop up. I'm kind of the insurance guy. So if these guys can fly around, look for kills, jump on the walls, challenge on the walls, anything break through those guys' gaps, anything that break through their lines, so to speak, I'm there to look and fill in. That's why everyone will be able to play aggressive. And that's why it just works for us. Joey's looking on the front walls, looking for shots, looking to fight. I'm fighting the kid front wall. And I'm calling them out. Ziffy's taking this fight. Joey dies it. Boom. And then Joey's looking there. Joey gets killed. But he gets the kill with him. Even Joey dying here is fine, by the way. Right? Joey dying here isn't that big of a deal. Because he's still being aggressive. From the moment we took this base, we've never given up these front walls at all. Whereas Remnant gave it up in the first minute. That's the fucking main difference. Right? So let's look at it, and then so we'll look at how Remnant kind of attack. Now we've gone through the defense. We will go back to it, but we're going to see how Remnant kind of attack and how we make and about how we play and how we play means that we just destroy any type of teamwork from the opponents. Because we just keep fucking killing them on the way up, right? So Remnant kind of just go into this. So you see how fucking chill we are, right? And then we've got like, what, 1 or 2 people pushing the base and shit like that, right? Because we just fucking killed them all. Right? And then these guys are just kind of left fucking... This guy already died, this guy we just saw over here. These guys just kind of know where to go. If he peeks this... I should see this if I'm half decent. I'm looking the wrong way. That bad timing. That's not me, right? That's not me. But I did my job. That's just bad timing. Fuck off. Right? We'll talk about me and my spot because it's my fucking gameplay. I'll talk about why I think this spot is maybe not for sniper because I don't know the map and snapshots are 10 times better for me coordinating that with me. Pause. 2 seconds. Hold that thought. See, I'm just holding there, just chilling, just holding that vibing. So no one else has to. So everyone else can hold front wall. I didn't even know this kid was there. You saw me. He got timing on me. So it's kind of my job in a way to do fuck all, like, shooting-wise, but always be switched on. And me doing that, and me being the fucking ferreting mother that's worried about the fucking base and babysitting Dark Rider from where I am and shit like that, means everyone else can play on the same page. Anyway, back to the original point. I don't know what the base is like from a sniping POV, so snapshots better a judge of that for me, but I don't think this spot is particularly... I don't think this base is particularly good for sniping, but this top floor is perfect for me, for holding internal. I think Snapshot went to the front wall a little bit here and there. Right? And you see, front wall, someone's always better to me, this kid. See that? We didn't give that up. Didn't give that up. Still fighting him on the fucking jump up. Don't know what the fuck you're looking at. Died. Boom. This guy holding here. Between these two, they'll work together to fight him. He's got called out. He just should die any second. Dead. These two next up. We know guys coming behind him. Dead. But then this homie helps him out. And he's gonna peek out and take the fight. And he gets the kill. Boom. Joey, see how aggressive Joey plays the middle wall bit? Because he fucking can. Because he has freedom to. You don't care if he dies if he's being aggressive. Ziffy's holding the same spot we talked about. With railgun, vibing the fuck out of his mind. My job is to kind of look under Ziffy, so he doesn't have to worry about it. And then see how aggressive Ziffy's playing it. Boom, with his power weapons. Never saw anything like this on them in the POV. Then we get in, we vibe. So, and it's the same thing. I'm not going to go on it too long because literally this happens for the next hour. Of the same fucking things of they keep pushing our front walls, we don't give it up, we win the fights. Right? That is pretty much the story of this raid. This guy pushes the front walls, second minute you're there, deleted. Right? Anything that goes through the cracks, I pick up, And I think there's like 1 or 2 that maybe did, and that's it. Right, we'll watch this push, and then that's it. But like, the major difference between it is between us and Remnant is both of us are on the defense, and both of us are on the same fucking base, but we've defended it in 2 completely fucking different ways, and it's pretty clear to see which one's the better one, right? So, and it just goes to show like when you've got, it's not so much that PG are like individually so much better than everyone else, and I generally don't think that. I think if you look at some of the other top clans in the community, I think there's people there that can go gun to gun with us, quite a few, right? So gun with the part at the end, okay, well. It's just the fact that the reason why PG play much better than everyone else as a team is because we just have these kind of not these unwritten rules, so to speak, but they're just the general consensus for how we play. Right? So there's nothing necessarily about PG that's been ironed out, planned out in private parties, any of that bullshit. It's just through playing together. But there are some things that happen in PG raids that I don't think anyone else really does. So like hardcore kind of rules, really. So for the PG raid standard, people know this, but they don't incorporate it into their own plans, right? In 90% of PG raids, where is he? Snapshot. This cunt will be on sniper. 90% of raids, of PG raids, right? He'll be on sniper. Zeffy will be on railgun. 90% of raids, right? Joey will be on GL whenever there is one. 90% of raids. If there is a laser on the map, Dark Rider would have it. 90% of raids, right? On 100% of the raids, pretty much, I'm the internal guy watching internal, right? There's these like, not so much rules as there is just consistent themes or playstyles in the team that means that we get into setups so much quicker than anyone else. Because everyone already kind of half knows what the fuck they're doing. Right? If we're taking over raid base and I'm with Snapshot, Craven, and Ziffy, I go into that armory, I know who's taking what, I know what I need in correlation to that, and I know roughly where people are going to play. The fact that I just know that just based on looking at who I'm playing and who I'm around with, not many other people in clan community can actually have that about a team. And it's little shit like that, there's little things about knowing how each other play, which means that like we get into our setup about like a minute quicker than someone else, for example. And then you got people like Craven, Signet, G-Gen that kind of flex on whatever they use, whatever's left, whatever's picked. I typically never touch a fucking power weapon to save my life, and sometimes I'll purposely give it up so that I don't have to. But like, from my experience, I've never seen, or being in any other group, where it's like that. I've never been in any other group where I know, based on the lineup we're going in, and just looking at the base, how we're going to set up, who's going to set up where, and be pretty dead on with it every single time we play it. That kind of edge is something I don't think is the reason why I think PG is better. That's something completely, like, transferable. Like, those Remnant guys, Oriamo, Zenoa, Owl, Kappa, Dosal, they've all been playing together for fucking ages. In a number of clans together. There's no reason why they shouldn't have something sorted like that. There's no reason. People just don't think about it. Positive with GL, just vibing, and shit like that. So you see how there's not been any type of push in the entire time we've just been talking. Nothing. Fuck all's happened. Because they're going through the fucking cycle of pushing the fucking entrance and front door, getting found out where they're shooting or we just get seen, and we're instantly chasing this kill. We're instantly just chasing kills. Don't let the fact you're on the front wall stop you from being aggressive. Only if you're a fucking weirdo like me is it a little bit different. Or if you're watching, or I should say, if you're the internal guy. Right? So, very quickly, because I know I said I would only be half an hour, 40 minutes. One last point before I fuck off. Right? I just want to communication. I'm going to pause it here because when we actually played the raid, I didn't stream it. I might start streaming War Raid now because I don't know. I just don't give a fuck. When you listen to the comms in PG and you compare how PG call out to pretty much anyone else's, even though I am typically the one pissed off at how PG communicate and how PG act in some raids, right? And I'll put my hand up. I am the biggest complainer in PG by a country fucking mile. It's 100% better than anyone else's, right? So like for me, when we were playing this raid, I felt like, don't meme it too hard, but I felt like I was kind of like a quarterback in this raid in terms of communication. Because just look what I can fucking see. Just look what this spot can see. Sniper shouldn't be doing this because Sniper is trying to get kills and focusing on that. Snapshot's just be off in his own fucking world, jamming out on Spotify, doing whatever the fuck this kid wants. Like, let him do that. Me, I can see the entirety. I can see 80% of the map. Right? I can see the entirety of the interior of the base, which is my job to 100% hold and sit like that as you've gone through. But I can see any people coming out of spawn on the left side. Any people coming out in mid and right? See how much I can see in this field. So when we were playing this raid, I just didn't shut the fuck up. Because I can see, for example, if we're going to see, I can see this kid, we're going to go at now. I can see this kid cross, right? This kid's going to cross. I'm probably going to see it, unless this is a bad example, right? I'm going to call it out for Ziffy and video. Bad example, because I was there. But even then, this one, I can see that. I call him out. Positive zone, go fucking shoot him, right? For this raid, for the majority of this raid, if you crossed on this left side, if you crossed here, at this point, you were getting called out, because I can see that. Like, so many times. And me just calling that out for Ziffy makes it easier for him because he knows now. Ziffy had that information instantly of who's there, how many of them there, is he on his own, can I be aggressive? If I only call out one person to Ziffy, since Ziffy's naturally fucking aggressive, all Ziffy needs to hear is one there, and he automatically knows I'm gunning for him. Straight away. Because he has that fucking aggression there, and I'm helping Ziffy. I help Ziffy quite a lot this raid, but to get pushing right left, and I'm just looking here and here, so that Ziffy doesn't have to. So if they cross here, I call out for Ziffy up top to deal with. Other than that, it's all Ziffy. We made this a call out. We made this a call out halfway through the raid. Made up our own call out about what we're holding here, right? So you see what I'm doing is there's bouncing between the main three. This door, that door. I should have seen Elliot Dosal cross. I think I missed it. Or unless I know he's there. Yeah, okay, I must know he's there because I'm scoping him. So you see how I'm just looking at each important individual stuff, and there's no way no one can sneak in unless to get a timing. And I'm calling out and communicating, helping everyone out on the front wall, and I'm babysitting Ziffy and making sure he's underneath him fine. Right? One spot, one person did that, and that's me. Right? Compare that to the 3 people or 4 people in Remnant setup that it took to do that. That's the difference, because those extra 3 bodies, all on the front wall, all being aggressive and all challenging. Right. I will show the Grunt birthday party because that was funny. Who is it? I think it's Signet. Right. For some reason, on order bases, or not on this base, there's a fucking Grunt birthday party set, and it got fucking spammed, and it pissed me off. But I'm the fucking grumpy boomer, so it's fine. It's supposed to piss me off. There's trained up 2. He gets in. And he's here. So this is the retard. Well done, Signet. You're really cool. Yeah. If you want to leave, leave, because this is still going to keep playing for the next 15 seconds. This ain't going anywhere. Boom. Hopefully, if I've explained that right, there's some tidbits there to explain why Remnant lost, why the GCE was able to hold it fully, completely, with barely any issue, and some of the major differences between one group of raiders that is significantly just far ahead of anyone else. I say that, and PG will lose the next fucking 3 raids because I've jinxed it. But, like, generally, like, the difference is pretty fucking big. And it's because of little shit like that, and just being on the same page and being aggressive. So, retards, take it into your own clans, take it into your own raids. Good luck and have fun. I think I'm done for today. Right. Unless, if there's any questions, anything like that, if anyone actually gives you enough of a fuck, go for it. Other than that, I'm about to go. Sabinobu, how much did you learn from this experience? Sabinobu learned fuck all from this experience, Snapshot, because I watched the last raid we did, and no one was watching internal. So, Sabinobu was in a fucking doghouse, the prick. Thank you, Snapshot. Okay, if there's no one else, if there's no comment, nothing like that, I will see you guys soon. I don't know when the next event is GCE is doing or anything like that. But, peace.